Oh, please, couldn't you squeeze me in somehow? Look, miss, I don't think you quite understand. My husband has been in a very serious automobile accident, and I haven't had a chance to get to see Dr. Wolf. Oh, thank you. Oh, that'd be just great. Thank you very much. Right, I'll be there. Well, you want a doctor's appointment in this town, you better have a broken leg.
You don't look very happy.
Well, my father brought me up with the idea that I could handle anything. He was wrong.
Still the insurance, huh? Okay, I was hoping it'd turn up some.
Bucky, you're so sweet, but I know what you're going to say, and the answer is still the same. But thank you.
Wow, that was fast.
You know, Jack's not the most cooperative person in the world when he's well. Right now, well, I was just standing here rehearsing what I was going to say, and then trying to think up some answers to what I know was going to be a negative response.
Like a chess game. You think of the argument, then his reply, then your reply to his rebuttal.
That's right, and then his refusing to give in, even after I've proven my case.
Have you ever thought of being a lawyer?
I'm too impatient. But Frank is wonderful. I mean, he could spend hours debating on this hand and on the other hand. But let us consider when all I do is get so mad and I yell, come on, we can't afford to run up all these bills. Let's get you back to the Ryan family apartment.
Look, I hate to
Forget the part about the bills.
Right, sure.
Bucky, Jack hates being dependent or being under any obligation, just the way the rest of us do. But somehow I gotta talk him into it.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. How are you today?
A little better, I think. A lot better now that you're here.
Ah, that's wonderful. Are you up to hearing about some things that are going on?
Revenge, but she was wrong.
Jake never slept with Kara.
This week, panic sets in.
Please, God, don't let me be pregnant.
And a dangerous new alliance.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
Watch All My Children, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
This Independence Day, make a declaration of celebration.
Any excuse for a party.
With the One Tree Hill 4th of July party.
I'm only inviting the cool people.
Pledge your allegiance to One Tree Hill.
That's the spirit.
And settle in for 7 hours of red, white, and black and blue.
That's gonna leave a mark.
So, make sure you're in attendance this Independence.
Sounds good, I'm free.
Because there ain't no party like a One Tree Hill party.
Just have to show up to find out.
One Tree Hill 4th of July party.
So when's the party?
July 4th from 11 to 6 on SoapNet.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson. Were you or a loved one diagnosed with lung cancer? If so, we urge you to call the number on your screen now for a free legal consultation. Some lung cancers, along with the other cancers listed on your screen, may be linked to asbestos exposure. Exposure to asbestos in mills, factories, or while working as a plumber, electrician, plasterer, maintenance worker, or janitor may have put you at risk. In addition, because asbestos was widely used on ships, those working in shipyards, including Navy veterans, may have also been exposed. Asbestos has been used in many commercial applications, including insulation, fireproof fabrics, automotive parts, building materials, and small kitchen appliances. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with lung cancer or another asbestos-related cancer, call now for a free legal consultation. You may be entitled to compensation. Call 1-800-849-6478. Again, that's 1-800-849-6478.
Tried everything for dark circles?
Try this.
Skin Renew Anti-Dark Circle Roller. The first 2-in-1 eye roller. Refreshing eye care with caffeine. Tinted minerals conceal instantly.
Dark circles? Here's my secret.
Anti-Dark Circle Roller.
Save on summer fun at the Kmart 4th of July sale. Take 50% off swimwear for the whole family and 50% off all beach towels. Cool off in this 15-foot pool, only $199.99. Plus, all pools, inflatables, and water toys are on sale.
They're smart, and there's Kmart Smart.
There's nothing we won't do for our health or our skin. Now there's another way to support skin from within. Introducing One-A-Day Women's Plus Healthy Skin Support, a complete multivitamin plus lutein and other antioxidants to help support skin moisture, elasticity, and smoothness. New from One-A-Day.
Shatter everything you know about shine. New color sensational High Shine from Maybelline, New York. Our first High Shine color in a stick. Now pigments are micro-illuminated. Honey Nectar creates our most luxurious feel. New High Shine.
Only from Maybelline.
Oh, I don't care what's going on, unless it has to do with you and me.
You're improved, I can tell.
Actually, I think I just got things under control now.
Oh, but honey, there must be less pain.
Pain's about the same, but I've been working very hard on it, Mary. I into my own version of Eastern meditation. I just go into my head and concentrate on leaving my body behind and transporting myself to a soft, white cloud, sky full of cumulus billows. When I get there, the pain is far away.
That's wonderful, because all you have to do is get through it for a few more days.
Yeah, I can get through it now that I got to handle. It's less when I don't think of real things, when I don't move, when I don't do anything. It makes it easier to handle the pain.
Oh.
There is one thing, though.
Yes.
I think I should be transferred to a ward. It's crazy to spend all this money for a private room, especially when the bill must be out of sight by now.
Oh, well, that'd help, sure, but... Honey, won't you reconsider leaving the hospital? That'd be the biggest saving.
Mary, I'm sorry. I gotta go through this on my own. That's the way I am.
Honey, I didn't mean right this minute, but in a couple of weeks when you really are feeling better...
Look, I know that I'm out of the woods as far as dying is concerned, but the pain's still there, and the only way I can handle it is by going inside my head. And I'm sorry, I have to do that alone. That's the way it is.
Isn't there some way I can help?
There is. If I can't share it with you, how do you expect me to share it with your whole family?
But they all love you.
Your father, too?
I don't think it'd be nearly as hard as you imagine. I mean, Daz sees you quite differently now that we're married. Oh, Jackie does.
Well, saying it isn't gonna make it so, Mary. Besides, it isn't just him. It's be at the mercy of the whole family, including your ditzy sister-in-law. I mean, I'm sure she'll feel obligated to come and entertain me.
You wouldn't have to do that.
Yeah, spending whole hours of small talk with Delia Ryan. And then there's the baby.
Honey, he'd be in his own room.
Oh, come on, Mary. He wouldn't be in his own room unless it was at the end of a ball and chain.
Jackie's just a baby.
How can you say that? Remember when he was down with us on Weehawken Street? I mean, breathing, just being there in the dark, doing God only knows what.
Jack, we could keep him out of your room entirely if that's what you want.
What I don't want is to be in the same apartment with a baby. It's about the last thing that I want.
It wouldn't bother you.
Just knowing that he was somewhere down the hall, lurking, ready to hit me in the stitches with his tow truck.
Now you're being funny.
Yeah, well, I don't feel funny. Like, just get me to a ward till I well enough to go back to our own one-room apartment on Weehawken Street. All I want is to get back to where we were before this dumb accident. Be alone with you. Pick up where we left off. Make love.
I'd like that too.
You know why I was driving home that night without sleep?
Because I asked you to.
No, it wasn't because of you. Don't you know by now I only do things for me? It was because I didn't like sleeping away from you.
Honey, how about if we share my room in the apartment until we're ready to go back downtown?
I got it under control here. Just put me in a ward. Other patients won't bother me. I just go inside my head.
Well, couldn't you do that back in the apartment?
No, because they're all my in-laws. And my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my baby-in-law. Mary, you gotta let me go through this my own way. Just give me some time here. Then we'll go where we belong. Together. Alone.
Honey, I really don't think you understand how long it's apt to be before you're well enough to go home again.
Yeah, well, why can't I wait till I'm well before I have to take on your whole family and little John?
Oh, Jack.
Hey, don't be sad. Please. We'll be like we were before. We'll spend a whole week getting used to being in the same bed again. Okay?
You know, that's all I want.
Well, at least we both want the same thing. That's something.
Yes, that's something.
Hey, you mind if I close my eye?
No, darling, go to sleep.
Just for a few minutes. Don't go away.
I won't. Not for a while, anyway.
Well, Jill, hey, you got a minute? I've got the corrections on the Raftery contract.
Yeah, fine. Messy?
Sure, of course.
Great.
See, I modified the section on liability. That is the wording you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, this is fine. Would you mind if I changed this or added this phrase, false or fraudulent? I mean, right here, where it says, even if the allegations of the patient are groundless?
Add anything you want. You're the lawyer.
But it's still your contract.
No, I really don't think I should comment. It's your area of expertise. And any observations I might make might seem to be controlling behavior, which I know you don't like.
After all these months, your sudden concern for what I like and dislike is touching.
Couldn't you think of it as, my trying to mend my ways?
I could. But then I've heard that a leopard doesn't change his spots.
What, never?
Well, hardly ever.
Jill, if my desire to know a little bit more about what's going on in your life has caused real problems between us, which certainly seems to be the case.
You're getting ready to try and get around me.
Wait, no. Then obviously I have offended you and probably been the controlling person that you've always accused me of being.
Well, I think you could say that.
Jill, I don't want to be a totally self-absorbed person. I don't want to relate to you solely in terms of my needs and desires.
Well, I don't think it's been quite that bad, Seneca.
I'd like to relate to you in terms of your needs and desires.
Hoping, of course, that my needs and my desires are the same as yours.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Are they?
Seneca...
Hey, no, well, you can't blame me for asking. I mean, how can I live and die according to your needs and desires if you won't tell me what they are?
Live and die?
Well, it's a matter of speaking.
Seneca, why don't you just ease up and let me tell you what's going on in my life in my own time and in my own place.
I have eased up. The ball is now in your court. Unless, of course, you want to tell me right here and now.
And if I don't?
I can chase you around the desk.
Yeah, well, why don't we just get back to the contract?
Listen, whatever you like. I mean, if you're in the mood to be chased, that's fine. Or if you want to go over the wording on the liability clause, that's okay, too. There, you see? I am now The least controlling of men.
You know what I really think you're doing?
Why? I think I know what I'm not doing.
I think that you're trying to make up for what you did to Nell by not doing it to me.
Maybe. Still feel very guilty about what I did to Nell. Took away 6 years, and I wasn't able to give them back.
Uh-huh.
And I've pretty much controlled her every step of the way, despite all of her protests. I don't ever want to do that to anyone again.
Well, I think it would be better for everybody if you don't. For you, for her, whoever she is.
I thought we knew who she was.
We don't. And you don't.
I think I'll just leave that up to you.
I believe you really mean that.
I do. I meant everything I said, Jill.
You know, you really surprise me. I mean, how can I predict how you're going to behave when you change that way?
I'm hoping one of these days you'll do something that'll surprise me.
Well, I just might do that. One day.
Elizabeth is lying to you. Aiden is my son, not yours.
This week,
He's planning on leaving town with Aiden.
will Lucky lose his son to the Cassadines? And
It's time that you make an honest woman out of Sam.
You're talking about marriage.
watch General Hospital weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Uh-oh.
Max, no!
Windex Multi-Surface lets you keep up with messes right when they happen. So you can put that Windex shine on just about anything.
Did you see that, Wayne? Wayne? Gotcha! Oh.
Get Windex Multi-Surface and keep up. And for the wipe that promises that streak-free shine, grab Windex Wipes.
SC Johnson, a family company.
My doctor told me calcium is best absorbed in small, continuous amounts. Only one calcium supplement does that in one daily dose. New Citracal Slow Release continuously releases calcium plus D for the efficient absorption my body needs. Citracal.
Does your shampoo leave residue everywhere? New Pure Clean from Garnier Fructis. 92% biodegradable formulas with no dulling residues, no heavy silicones, nothing to weigh you down. It's pure health, pure shine. New Fructis Pure Clean.
A marriage made in heaven is hell for everyone else.
Dad's new marriage could send her back to the bottom. Stay away from my son.
Say I Do to The Young and the Restless tonight at 7 on SoapNet.
I just wish Liam was my son.
This week, the truth
You sound like you think you're gonna lose us.
I am.
comes out.
Liam's not my son. He's John's.
John, I have something to tell you.
The reunion is coming. Watch One Life to Live weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Well, how was Jack this afternoon?
He just went to sleep. All in all, I think he's a little better.
Well, then I think I'll just come back later. You going home?
No, I have an appointment.
When does Channel R realize that you have a life of your own, away from that place?
It isn't Channel R. I'll tell you about it later on, Ma.
Mary, what is the matter? Are you too old and too grown up for me to ask that question?
It's not one thing, Ma. It's everything.
Darling, it's not like you to be sad with Jack Menden. Have you asked him about coming back to our place to recuperate?
Yes, and he doesn't think he wants to. Being under obligation to Da and at the mercy of little John seemed to be more than he could manage.
Oh, dear.
He's decided he can handle things best by meditating.
Oh? Is that going to help with the hospital costs?
Well, he did suggest that he be moved to a ward, which would help with the cost. Oh, Mother. All he wants to do is lie there until he's well enough to go home where he can pick up where we left off. Making love.
Ah, that's it.
Ma, how can I possibly tell him that might never happen again?
Darling, haven't the doctors told you not to tell him that?
Alex certainly has. At least not until he's much farther along in his recovery than he is right now.
Oh, poor man.
He lies there and he looks at me so lovingly. I know he's just terrified that somehow he's going to lose me. And the one way we had of being completely with each other was in making love. So I know that he's clinging to that as a way of reassuring himself that I haven't left him in some way because of the accident.
But loving is so much more than that, Mary.
I know, but it's the only part of loving that Jack totally trusts.
And it's been taken from him.
Apparently. Every time I try to talk to Alex about corrective surgery, I get all this gobbledygook about waiting and hanging on.
Oh, darling, all of that is a long way in the future. Right now, the biggest problem seems to be the hospital costs. $500 a day, you say?
Something like that.
Oh, well, then there's just no question about it. Jack has to stay with us. If it's the old trouble between him and your father, John's just going to come over here and he's going to make every effort to set things right.
Oh, Ma, I think he should try. I really do think he should try.
I'll talk to him first thing about it.
And would you ask him if he could reassure Jack about the baby? I mean, Jack just seems to hate the idea of being in the same house with the baby.
Oh, little John's no bother.
I know that, and you know that. Ma, is he ever going to change his mind about wanting to be in the same house with the baby?
Oh, of course, in the fullness of time. You've got to remember, you've only had a few months together as man and wife, and with this terrible accident.
Yes, I know.
Well, anyway, just at this moment, thank heavens, you don't have to worry about that.
I do worry about it, though.
Well, then you just stop. Because what you have to do right this minute is to concentrate on helping Jack feel better every day and plan for a better tomorrow. That's what. Well, for after that, things have a way of working out.
I suppose so. I better get going if I'm not going to be late.
I'll go out with you.
I'll ride part way with you. But I'm only going to the second floor.
Well, I think I know when there's a question to be asked that I shouldn't. I see you home later.
Thanks.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with The Young and the Restless. Only on SoapNet. Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has a status update on your favorite stars. On General Hospital, Ingo Rademacher and Vanessa Marcel Giovinazzo say so long to poor Charles.
Wow.
And Constance Towers is back as troublemaker Helena.
It's true.
On One Life to Live, Tony Award-winning actress LaShawns debuts as Yvette, while Tuck Watkins returns as David Vickers.
What do you think about that?
And on All My Children, Josh Duhamel, Eva LaRue, and Torsten Kay take one more trip to Pine Valley.
I'm here to stay.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet and ABC.com.
And I see you singing something new when the day is done. Because I know you, your name is someone.
Psst. Constipated? Phillips Caplets use magnesium, an ingredient that works more naturally with your colon than stimulant laxatives for effective relief of constipation without cramps.
Thanks.
Good morning, students. Today, we're going to continue.
When you smile, the world smiles back. Introducing Crest 3D White Enamel Renewal Toothpaste. It not only removes up to 90% of surface stains in just 2 weeks, it also strengthens and rebuilds your enamel. New Crest 3D White Enamel Renewal Toothpaste. Life opens up when you do.
Shatter everything you know about shine. New color sensational High Shine from Maybelline New York. Our first High Shine color in a stick. Now pigments are micro-illuminated. Honey Nectar creates our most luxurious feel. New High Shine.
Only from Maybelline. We asked Bradford Anderson to name all the Spinelli nicknames he could remember. Go.
Stone Cold Mr. Serpacino-esque one, Maximista Blonde one, Original Blonde one, Prince Pectoral, Big Daddy Stone Cold the Goddess, the Divine one, Bad Blonde one, the Demented one, the Valkyrie, the Brusque Lady of Justice. I could be here for literally 3 days, probably.
See who Spinelli will nickname next on General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet. This Independence Day, make a declaration of celebration.
Any excuse for a party.
With the One Tree Hill 4th of July party.
I'm only inviting the cool people.
Pledge your allegiance to One Tree Hill.
That's the spirit.
And settle in for 7 hours of red, white, and black and blue.
That's gonna leave a mark.
So, make sure you're in attendance this Independence.
Sounds good, I'm free.
Because there ain't no party like a One Tree Hill party.
Just gonna show up to find out.
One Tree Hill 4th of July party.
So when's the party?
July 4th from 11 to 6 on SoapNet. This summer, the party's on SoapNet.
We have a party to rock.
You'll never take over my life.
Nothing is going to change how I feel about you.
Can't die, baby.
Oh, it is so on.
What? Shut up! And you won't believe who's coming.
You're back.
This is one summer shindig you don't want to miss.
I am ready to have the summer of my life.
Only on SoapNet.
Down.
Mr. Thayer, it's really great of you to give me some of your time on such short notice.
But I always have time for you, Buckminster. Surely you know that.
You never change, do you? I mean, you look so fit.
Oh, do I? Do I really? Well, thank you. Thank you. I do what I can for my health, you know. I still play squash 3 times a week at the club.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes, well, I have to do what I can for the old pump. Well, please. We can't go on meandering about me this way. How is your father?
Oh, he's fine, thank you.
Ah, and your mother?
Oh, she's fine, too. She's, spending the week at a dog show in Worcester.
Yes. Lovely lady, lovely lady. Oh, may I say how very sorry I was to hear of the passing of your Aunt Eleanor. She was too young, too alive. We were all quite shocked.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, now that we've taken care of the family, what can I do for you? I presume it has something to do with your trust fund?
Well, as a matter of fact, it does. I have this friend who's in the hospital.
Oh? Would it be a female friend or a male friend?
Well, actually, it's the husband of the sister of a good friend, but he can't afford to pay his bills, and I'd like to have them arranged to be paid for them.
Well, can you tell me, would you know the amount of these bills?
In the neighborhood of $20,000, I'd say.
That's a very expensive neighborhood.
I want to have them paid anonymously, Mr. Thayer, and in such a way that it can't be traced back to me.
Buckingham, does your father know about this?
No, he doesn't.
Well, that does make a difference, doesn't it?
Well, I don't see what difference that makes, Mr. Thayer. The trust fund is mine, the money's mine. I can spend it any way I like.
Well, yes, I suppose technically you're quite right. I must say that you have been admirably frugal these past 14 months. You've taken practically nothing from the fund, since you used $6,840 for the purchase of a green sports car for your Aunt Eleanor.
Well, surely you don't disapprove of that.
No, certainly not. Not at all. That was a very generous impulse, as indeed this one is. But I must say I was somewhat troubled by the rather large expenditure some, what was it, 2 years ago for the purchase of a houseboat.
Mr. Thayer, we don't have to review my entire financial history, do we?
Well, yes, I think some review might be in order. Buckminster, you know, these philanthropic gestures, no matter how well inspired they are, but they can hardly be recommended when they involve dipping into capital.
Cabot, I have to get back to the hospital. On this piece of paper is the name of the patient and his hospital account number. His name's Jack Finelli. Now, I don't think we need to trouble the family about this. I want the bills paid in full as long as he remains in the hospital. Do you see any reason to speak about this any further?
Well, since you put it that way, I'll be pleased to arrange it for you.
Well, thank you. I know you can do anything.
Well, I must say that over the years I have had my share of, well, delicate situations.
Well, that's because everybody knows you're a man of ability and infinite tact.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm really fond of Mr. Finelli and his wife, and they've had more than their share of troubles lately.
Well, Mary, you were right.
In Landview, rules were meant to be broken, and its residents will stop at nothing to get their way. Catch all the Landview shenanigans on an all-new episode of One Life to Live, weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.